everybody, it's me, Ashley Brooke. So for those of you who don't know, I'm autistic and I have two autistic kids. All of us were diagnosed nonverbal as children. I'm an adult now. I'm speaking. I had stopped talking again. I was nonverbal till I was 7, and I stopped talking again from ages 10 to 11. And my son is 10 and he's nonverbal. And so is my daughter, speech delayed. The way I got my kids to start talking is by playing this game. So you're gonna need a timer, a 10-minute timer. You can go into YouTube and just type in 10-minute kids timer. You can I'm sorry, 10 minutes, I meant 5 minutes. 5 minutes kids timer, turn that on. Every 5 minutes, go through different parts, like different rooms in the house. You can make it fun because some kids, especially on the spectrum, some of them might not want to be so easily to comply and follow you to the room. So you can be more like, fun, like vroom, every 5 minutes, zoom and pick them up and take them to the next room. Come here. And then you're gonna, come here. And then you're gonna be like, hey, do you want to play with the toy car or do you want to play with the block? And vroom, vroom, vroom. And then you can drop the block and let them see, how you play with it. And prompt them to say car or block. You want them to say Mickey Mouse, car, block. They may say mouse or that. If they're trying to say it, still reward them. Like, oh, good job saying Mickey Mouse. 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 Or block. Block. Make sure to pronunciate very exaggerated. And when they play, you engage them, play with them, and then after, and then after, in 5 minutes, you switch to another activity, and you will go into another room, and then you will pick another toy based. You want to play with the track or the ball, and then they'll say ball or track. As long as they're first trying to say it or pronounce it, you're still going to want to reward them. If you don't give it to them when they try to pronounce it, it's going to discourage them and they're going to feel like they didn't meet the expectation. And they will not feel that they're capable of doing it or they didn't do it well, and they're going to avoid, especially if they have issues with like speech delay or auditorial processing disorder. So you do that, you go through each room in the house, and it makes it fun to pick up items that they don't usually get to have, because it's going to make them really prompt them to want to say it more. So like the TV controller, dad's watch, TV controller, or mom's hat, pick items, that they would be like, oh, and make it think it's funny, like to pick one of their parents. Maybe that usually works the best when they like something of their parents, and they'll be like, oh, I'm not supposed to have that, or oh, it's a grown-up thing, or or oh, I get to pretend that I'm mom, and mom, and you make it more fun. And so when you go throughout the house, every 5 minutes, set a timer, ask them what they want to play with, pronounce the whatever the items are, like for example, you want to play with the eyeball, I can see you. Make it fun, and they will start to, if they're intrigued by the item that they picked, it'll open a space for them to be interested and kind of be more playful with the toy that they're playing with, and by being more like pretend play, I guess you'd say, by being more imaginary, I guess you would say the right word, that will give more words to work with, and they will also take like they're being tested kind of like vibe out of the scenario, and it'll just become more fun. You have to kind of get to their level, so you have to be silly, you have to be smiley, you have to have weird little voices, and every 5 minutes switch to a different part. You can do it at least like 5 times throughout the day, I think. So I feel that it helps to make sure that you like switch to another room because when you take the item away after the 5-minute timer goes on, take them to another room, so it's like a new experience. So because a child usually will lose their attention span is not going to be that long, and maybe they may have trouble paying attention, or or wanting to engage. So by changing into a different environment helps it feel like kind of like it's new again, I guess. It's also really good too, and it helps them too if they have issues with transitioning to new activities. It's really good. I would definitely start them that young. But yeah, basically try that today. See if it works for you. It works for my son a lot, and my daughter Izzy. Izzy more likes to. That one works really well for my son Ozzy. Izzy is a female. She's very emotional and sassy, and she wants what she wants. Everything's hers. So it helps with her to get her to sit there and cook and add spices, and ask her which one do you think tastes good, and I'll give her all the little fake spices, and she'll be like, "What is this salt?" And she's like, "Salt." And she'll be like, she likes to be in charge. And that's another activity you can do with them for speech. Especially the girls, get big tea, like a tea set. Serve little fake foods. It's good, yummy. Did you make that yourself? You did? You made it yourself? And they will repeat different words because we're talking about what they made, and they're feeling all they like to feel praised when they're are excited when they think it's fun or that they made it. So definitely fake tea sets work. The fake kitchen for sure. It's like everybody has these toys, I feel like, and they buy their kids these toys, but I don't think they sit there and play with the child the way that you're supposed to. Everything you're supposed to use as an opportunity to prompt and to get the child playful and pretending to speak. You have to play with the child. You have to do pretend play. You have to get down to their level. You have to engage. You have to be silly. So if you're one of those parents that forgot what it's like to be a child, you better remember, because it's important, especially if your child is autistic. You need to get down on their level, take the time, and talk to them like people, because they are. Definitely, let's see, what other one can we do? I mean, we can talk about, animal noises and stuff like that, but we already know that. It helps, and it's good for physical therapy too, to do the animal poses and noises. It's really, it helps for stretching, and stretching's really good because children on the spectrum have poor circulation, and that doesn't do well. It can cause blood clots. You can lose oxygen in the brain, and another way to get your child to speak is to get wind up toys. Wind up toys, like any toy that has a button, a winding part, I like what is it, let's see, what's it called? Spop It? What's it called? Pull It. That one? You know which one I'm talking about. That is a really good toy, because it gets the child to talk and also follow instructions, and it's really good for the cognitive. Let's see what else. I definitely have always said this: acting. Get your child in little role playing. Buy them little costumes, Izzy, I think last month she had a little Japanese dress, and she had a little fake sushi. And she was pretending she was just making sushi in a sushi bar. And get all the little kids in the spectrum really like to put on costumes. I don't know what it is, but even when I was younger, I'd always want vintage clothes, and I wanted if there was any canes around, I had that cane. I swear I was walking and I'd pretend I was a little old man. The kids in the spectrum can be very silly, and I think it's a good way to get them to talk. and just really goofy and silly, and costumes, and characters. Get like do character day and pretend that you're different characters. I think it might be fun, funny. Also, you can do like, you can combine like numbers and letters and shapes, to like combining that, learning that with speech. You can do like, I used to do like get a cookie cutter, and we would do like heart day, and I would cut the pancakes into a heart in the morning, and like heart, and then we would do like any food. We would use a cookie cutter throughout the entire day. Anything that they were eating, cookie cutter hearts. It was heart day, and then I would come out with a big like red little like cardboard to like cut a little heart. I'm like, mom's a heart, and just being silly and making what it does is it makes it visual, it makes it fun, and engaging them and verbally saying it, it's auditorial, and then making the foods and the taste and the smell. It's combining a lot of the sensories, and I think that really helps. See, what happens with autistic people is that when we're having a stimulation, like a sensory overload, people want to call them meltdowns, the processing kind of freezes, shuts down, and it's kind of feels stuck in our head, kind of in a way. And I feel that when we stimulate more sensories, the more sensories that we're stimulating at the time that we're having the other, where we would usually have an overload of say for instance, sound. I have issues with sound, so if I'm stimulating more sensories while I'm enduring sound, I'm able to endure it a lot easier, and it doesn't mess with my processing as much, and I can practice working on getting myself used to enduring that stimulation. But when it's just that stimulation of sound, no other sensories, I may just be like overwhelmed, and I need to be distracted by another sensory. I need to put some of that weight of that sound that I'm feeling so heavy that's causing me like, can't take this. I need to give it to another sensory so that I can balance out. So definitely that really helps. I hope these tips help you guys. I would definitely also to work with your child on, I call it equal pressure, but any balancing, like games, balancing and aiming games. This really helped. I did that all growing up, and I think it really helped me. Balancing, like I would put my leg like this on I put my foot like right here. I put it in my leg like that, and I stand like that, like a flamingo. Something about the balancing, but yet putting pressure on the body at the same time. It's like, I call it equal pressure. Those type of things. Balancing, like I said, putting weight in a pool, like putting a weight on a rope in a pool and pulling it. Those type of things. Basketball, golf, air hockey, bowling. Any bowling, what's it? Aiming, and even massaging, equal pressure. Massaging. I used to massage my mom all the time, and it really, I believe it really helped me. And I'm trying to think. Yeah, I would say start with those right now. As you guys work on that, we'll talk more about what has worked for me and what's working for my kids. Definitely try that out. And don't forget too, if your child's having trouble using the restroom, I keep telling everybody, get them the physical support, hand railing. The toilet that has the handrails, you buy it at CVS, you attach it to the toilet, you screw it on, and that helps with children that a lot of children have depth perception issues, they have vision issues, and they have medical issues associated with autism that people don't realize, and they have trouble balancing and stuff like that. So hand railing, if their stomach's hurting, or they like, a lot of us have like digestive issues, like allergies to foods, microbiome issues, and that can make a child feel uncomfortable and then unsure, and then it can really mess up the whole experience. So hand railing, it worked for my son Ozzy, who I could never get in the restroom. He would scream just to put him on it. But the hand railing, and also let them be part of choosing like which one they want. Like take them to CVS and be like, oh, this is for you. Like which toilet do you want? Which one looks better? You know, and pick them up and show them. And then, you know, I told Ozzy, like, this one's $60, this one's $80, but I think we should get the $80 one. I think it's gonna work better. I think it looks more comfortable. And he picked out the one that he wanted. And so when we got back home, he was more willing to try it and sit on it. And he did, and he's been using the restroom ever since. Same thing with the bathtub. He's afraid of the bathtub. And it took a few times, and he would cry a little bit, but he was still participating, and he was complying with going in. And a bath chair with the hand railing, once again. It makes all the difference. So please give it a try. You're not going to regret it. Physical support is definitely needed for a lot of hygiene issues. Also know that sometimes like muscles in the fingers can also be very weak. So always get them to do like a finger exercise or the little like hand squeezers things. Okay, well, I hope that helps. I'll see you guys later. Try it out. Let me know how it goes.